wellness and beauty industry, starting from a therapist and working my way up through spa management, business development, brand management for some of the biggest brands and skincare and anti-aging companies in the UK. And about 8 years after that, on top of that, as a pharmaceutical sales. And, you know, I don't know how many of you have children, whether you're a mom or a dad. I was constantly under pressure, especially for a long time as a single mom with my oldest two, running the rat race. Had a lot of responsibilities in my job and in my roles there, and was always under pressure as a parent. And when I got pregnant with my little one, Jojo, who's just 3 now, I was desperately looking for a lifestyle change. I was looking for a way to be able to not go back to work, to be able to have a more flexible time so that I could work around the children. And I got introduced to this industry about 5 years ago, which was 2 years prior to that. And, you know, I'd seen other people doing really well, having great success, but never really got that break. It wasn't really my turn at that point. And all of that changed in 2013 when I was expecting Jojo. I decided to take my plan B seriously and partnered with one of the founders here of Team Heart, along with another lady you're going to hear from on the call this evening. And with that mentorship and guidance, I worked myself out of my corporate job. Within 6 months, 12 months, I'd made 3 times my annual salary and retired from 20 years of corporate life, and now so passionate about educating and informing people on what an amazing opportunity this industry is for people, whether it be small-time, part-time, or to completely change their lifestyle like I did. And really excited to talk to you this evening about a company called LifeVantage, a small biotech company that they started out as in the US 10 years ago. And these guys are absolutely the leading authority in anti-aging science, something called nutrigenomics, which is simply put being able to cause expression of the genes through nutrition. You know, I looked at these guys and what they were doing about 7 months ago, and with my background in the industry and my background in pharmaceuticals, I was blown away. This is 10 years ahead of what anybody else is doing. And I'm very excited to tell you that we're now brought this from the shores of the US to the UK and into the Netherlands in just a very short period of time here. And we're just 10 weeks in. So whoever invited you down thought for some reason this information would be of interest to you. So let's dive in. And, you know, what we're going to cover tonight is all about the wellness industry. And I don't know if you've ever heard of this gentleman right here, Paul Zane Pilsner. And just to give you an idea, this guy has been the economic advisor to 2 US presidents. He's also the author of a book called The Wellness Revolution and The Next Trillion. And this gentleman has predicted that the greatest entrepreneurial opportunities in the next 10 years will be distributing, not manufacturing, wellness products and services. It is a booming industry, and people with a good handle on, you know, business and economics have highlighted this industry as one where people are going to be having a lot of success in the up and coming years. So that's very exciting for us, as that is exactly where we're situated. And so before coming on the webinar this evening, you will have probably been to this website, www.abclivet.com. And what you will have seen there, don't worry if you haven't, by the way, but what you will have seen if you did go to that website, and if you haven't, you can go after the meeting this evening to look more into it, you will have seen a ABC Primetime Investigative Report. Now, If I was in the US, I would not have to explain that to anybody. And this is a while ago. It was back in 2005. That ABC primetime investigative reports are a little bit like rogue traders or watchdog. They're usually uncovering something that's not so great. So what for a ABC primetime video to have airing to have a positive outcome is very unusual, and that is why when this airing was live in the US back in 2005, it created a wave of people's interest. And what you will have seen when you watch that is the gentleman who was the reporter, John Quinone, who went into the biotech laboratory, had his bloods taken, and within 14 days of taking our flagship product, Panton, that his oxidative stress levels were reduced by 40%, 45% in just 2 weeks. Now, I know that some of you are without a doubt on the line thinking, well, that sounds all well and good, but what does that actually mean? How does that benefit me in any way? And in order to help you understand the significance of that outcome, I really want to talk to you about what is oxidative, or otherwise known as cellular stress. And really, what happens is every time you breathe oxygen, every time you eat food as a human, in fact, all mammals this applies to, you actually convert in your cells. So your body is made up of hundreds of cells, whether it be a skin cell or a liver cell or a blood cell or a muscle tissue cell. You are comprised of millions and trillions of cells. And each cell has a role to play, a function, whether it's producing something or secreting something, but each cell knows what it does. And every cell in your body needs oxygen and it needs food for energy. But there's a downside to what happens when your cells metabolize your oxygen and your food. And that is that it creates these little things called free radicals, and you may well have heard about them before. Free radicals are a natural byproduct of your body's metabolism, but they're actually quite damaging, and they can cause havoc on cellular health and stress. And so the great thing is, from being the age of basically being born as a newborn baby up until the age of 21, you are producing naturally in your body these incredible enzymes which protect you from the damage that free radicals cause. Now, I would beg to differ, but nature believes, believe it or not, at the age of 21 that you're mature. And you actually stop growing and developing at the age of 21. That's why they say that. And actually, from the age of 21, these amazing enzymes that protect you from these free radicals, every year from the age of 21, your body is switching them off. And the free radicals, they don't stop being produced. They're being produced every day, about 13 trillion a day being produced in your body. But every year, further away from 21 you are, your natural body's indigenous protection to them is on the decrease. And what I've explained to you right there, that along with the deterioration of mitochondria in your body, is the #1 reason you as a human being age. It's the #1 reason you start to break down and deteriorate as a human being. And it is in most cases the #1 initiator to any form of disease that you will ever face in life. And if you want third-party information to back this up, go to pubmed.gov. It's the National Library of Medicine in the US. Type in oxidative stress. You will find over 250 157,000 clinical trials, actually it's 157,000 clinical trials on oxidative stress and the effects that it has on your body. It will be linked to the top 200 diseases that we're aware of. The most common top 200 diseases heavily linked to oxidative stress. And if you look on the chart on the left, it affects everything from your eyes to your cardiovascular health, to your skin health, to your stress levels, to cancer. You know, if the cells are damaged, they don't often reproduce correctly. Your brain, degenerative diseases, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, chronic inflammation, autoimmune disease, MS, fibromyalgia, lupus, diabetes, chronic fatigue. I cannot tell you how many people I'm speaking to that are overstressed, don't have enough energy, and not sleeping well. And oxidative stress plays a part in this. This is why when, you know, you're 21, you spring back, you heal better, 20 years later, it takes a different path. And so what I've just explained to you is oxidative stress. It's the #1 reason you age as a human on the inside, and it is the #1 cause in most cases of any form of disease you'll face in life. So if you think about this, and one thing that I would say to you is you're not immune to this. So everybody faces this. Now, if you live a stressed lifestyle, if you don't sleep enough, if you eat the wrong food, you, I don't know, smoke, if you know, not good to yourself, your levels of oxidative stress will be higher than somebody who has a green lifestyle. Maybe they eat fully clean organic food, they sleep well, they drink a lot of water, but it is still affecting your body. So there are things you can do in health, but you can't avoid it. So what I would say to you is, knowing this, knowing that this can be the cause of so many things in your body, now understand the strength of having something that can reduce this taking place in your body by 40%. And what we have seen is that when people reduce their oxidative stress levels in their body, that amazing things start to happen. We are seeing people with a reduction in pain, increased sleep, increased energy, and other amazing things, because once you allow the oxidative stress to reduce, a lot of the symptoms that it causes are alleviated as well. Now, we're not saying that Panton treats, cures, or prevents anything. What it does do is it's clinically proven to reduce oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. And so what I would suggest to you is go look at oxidative stress, go find out how this is affecting your body. You will find the power in how much power there is in reducing your oxidative stress levels within your body. And you know, don't wait until you see an issue to start. If you're 35 or above, you should be considering monitoring, reducing, and preventing as much damage from cellular stress as you can in your body. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the company, because the company's history is really important. One of the #1 questions that people ask me is, well, how did a product like this, you know, 17 peer-reviewed published papers, which I'm going to touch on in a moment, end up in a distribution network organization? And that's because people traditionally didn't used to see this as a great way or a you know, traditional way to build a business. And that's changed a lot recently. And it is becoming a really strong vehicle and much more recognized by, you know, huge entrepreneurs all over. Look at people like Donald Trump and Richard Branson that have recently and in the past launched their own network distribution companies. They're seeing it as a viable way for entrepreneurs to be able to bring a business to the market without a lot of startup, a lot of experience. And so here's what happened. Back in 2005, when that video aired on ABC primetime, there was two things that happened. The first thing was that other scientists, other researchers, other people that were of the understanding of what oxidative stress is, they either saw it or were told about this airing, and they started to get in touch with Dr. McCord, who has 40 years behind the research of aging and, free radicals and the biology of free radicals in your cells. He was one of the men that actually discovered these enzymes that protects your body from free radical damage back in 1979, and has been awarded something called the Elliott Crescent Award. And for those of you who have no idea what that means, just look at it like this. People that have also been awarded it are people like Marie Curie and Henry Ford. So this is a gentleman who knows his details when it comes to anti-aging and cellular health on that level. And so they started getting in touch with Dr. McCord. They wanted to do their own research. They wanted to validate this information. And as a result of that, Panton actually has 17 peer-reviewed, published clinical trials validating the results of the product. Now, I come from a pharma background. I would sometimes be lucky to be handing 2 peer-reviewed published studies to a doctor to prove my case. So when I heard about a nutritional supplement that had 17 peer-reviewed studies, I was like, that is unheard of. So this is a product that not only does what it says on the tin, it works. How many times have you bought a supplement with so much excitement or hope of what it's going to do for you, and you get nothing? So to be able to finally find something that does what it says on the tin, that has the results that people are talking about, it's quite something. But to have that backed with so much anecdotal, which is, people taking it and showing and sharing the results, and the science as well, is quite incredible. So very, very well backed, very researched product, and the results with it are actually proven. The second thing that happened after that prime time investigative report, there was a little ticket tape that came up at the end, and it said, for more information, please go here. And in the 2 weeks following that airing, this company brought in over $5 million in sales for a completely unheard of product. And so at the time, Dr. McCord, he's a scientist, he's a researcher, he's a doctor, but he's not a businessman. And he was struggling, and his business partners, to find a way to successfully bring the product to market. So back in 2005, it was tried on the internet and then also in retail. Putting it in stores similar to our equivalent of Boots, a national-wide pharmacist drugstore. And the second type would have been similar to Holland and Barrett, so, international chains. And it actually failed because it was doing around half a pot per store per month. And so what happened is the stockholders got, frustrated. Dr. McCord knew they had an amazing product. They knew that they could affect people's lives with it. And so they brought in a group of consultants. And those consultants took one look at the product. They looked at the reports, the results that they were getting, and they said, this product needs to be moved through a network. And that wasn't really the route they were planning to take, but they said, let us show you. So they put a sample group together, and that small group in network distribution for Panton actually outdid the retail group by something like 800%. And what that has done, as you can see on the graph on the right-hand side, it took this company from doing $11 million a year in retail to, in just a few short years, to up to $200 million a year in sales, proving the validity of needing people who know about the product and want to share and be passionate about it and spread the word with others, like myself, like the person that invited you to come and find out about it this evening. And what's exciting about that, which Tara's going to talk to you about a little bit into after I finished here with these slides talking about the product, is, you know, you got to think that 40% of that 200 million is paid out to the independent distributors that are taking this incredible product to the market. Now, most of that was done through North America, but I'm glad to say, and the reason we're on the call this evening is about 10 weeks ago, we officially launched LifeVantage and Panton for the very first time here in the UK. So you are able to now have this product, take it, see the results, feel the results, and share it with everybody you love and care about. And one of the other things that's really important when you're looking at a company is the leadership. Are there people behind the company that are able to move it forward? And in the first few years, it was a corporate team, very legal background, very corporate background, but not in this industry. And so recently they've had brand new high-level management and leadership changes, and they've introduced brand new director of sales, Justin Rose, and he is actually 25 years in the industry, worked for multi-billion-dollar companies, helped them go global, helped them go into international markets, and to see our new CEO, Darren Jensen, here for a good few months here now, and this is somebody who has already got an incredibly proven track record in taking companies and, for example, his last company, a couple of million to $1 billion in sales. So we're now ready. We have the product, we have the leadership, we're launched in this country, and we are ready to bring this incredible product to everybody here, not only in the UK, but also going on forward into the rest of Europe as well. So one of the other question that I get asked is, well, how does it work? What does it do? And what is in it? And to share a little bit, make it easy for you to understand. It's actually quite complicated, but I'm going to make it very easy for you. If you go back to when I told you that between the age of being born and the age of 21, your body produces these incredible enzymes that protect you from the damage of those naturally occurring free radicals in your body. And what this amazing product does, so 5 all natural ingredients, things you'll find in our natural biosphere: bacopa, black pepper, turmeric, milk thistle, green tea. That is all. But there's something magical that happens when those 5 join in a certain amount. It creates an activation of something called the NRF2 pathway. And basically, in short, what that does, which is the part that blows my mind every time I see or hear this, that pathway, that little chemical reaction that takes place when you take this supplement, actually has the ability, proven, to switch back on your survival genes that you've been turning off from the age of 21 and start reproducing those incredibly powerful antioxidant protection from your own body. And so Panton, which you see on the left, protects your blood, your bones, your organs, your inside of your body from aging. I was at the National Anti-Aging Show last weekend, and I took time to walk around every stand that was there. And I would say 99% of the stands were all talking about your face, your body, your wrinkles, your collagen. But guess what? What about the inside? What about the vehicle? What about the engine that drives your body? You know, beauty on the outside is great, and you see aging on the outside, but you feel aging on the inside. It affects you through your energy, through your ability to do what you used to, through aches and pains and tiredness. You feel internal aging, you see external aging. So Pretendum takes care of aging on the inside of your body. And very cleverly, what they've done is they've now put this NRF2 in a topical application. So you can apply it to your skin. And you can also start to switch on those genes in your skin that are responsible for your collagen and your elastin. And I have to tell you, when I saw this, and I said, you know, skincare, I don't know if I can do that. Because I have a reputation in that industry. I can't just market anything. Please send it to me. And I'm actually going to post it tonight. I took a before and after picture, about 5 months ago. And I took a picture at the weekend. And oh my goodness, my eyelid is lifted so much I didn't even realize. Like, I can't tell you, from years of working in anti-aging in the beauty industry, it's probably one of the best topical treatments because it's not harsh, it doesn't irritate your skin, and it completely starts to restructure and restart your skin's activity, which is the #1 reason it starts to age. So quite incredible that you have the inside and the outside. And so what the common misconception with the product, though, is that it's an antioxidant. And I want to be really clear with you. This is not an antioxidant. You know, an antioxidant is a 1-to-1 ratio of fighting free radicals. It's actually like getting a cup of water to try and put out a house fire. It's not that effective. Antioxidants that you consume are not that effective. And some people argue, well, you know, what are you saying, that we shouldn't take them through our diet? No, I'm telling you, yes, please do every day. You should be eating them in abundance. But you would have to eat 375 oranges a day to be able to work on your levels of oxidative stress with food. It's not practical. So taking one little tablet of Pretendum, actually, instead of taking an antioxidant, you are switching back on your body's own natural defense to them. And that is 1,000,000 times more effective. You start to fight free radicals at 1,000,000 per second in your body. And that is like getting a fire hose and putting it in every room of the house and turning it on to put out that fire, except with putting out your oxidative stress. So if you want to take a look at the evidence, like I said before, go to www.pubmed.gov, type in oxidative stress, type in Pretendum. Imagine, I could not be any more proud of having a product that has 18 peer-reviewed published papers on the National Library of Medicine. Are you kidding me? And the great news is athletes, they have increased levels of oxidative stress. Makes sense, they're breathing way more oxygen into their body than the average person, so creating more free radicals. And it's also being cleared for athletes to take. We don't have WADA here in Europe, but it's US approved, and it's been proved not to show up for any false positive readings in athletes, which is incredible. And so I hope I've managed to really explain a little bit about what a great situation you're sat in front of right now. Like, this is 10 years ahead of science. This is 10 years ahead of the market. We are bringing this to a brand new market, and I'm so excited. I wake up every day to text messages from people, or I see messages that my team share to see what an impact this is having. And I have to pinch myself sometimes. Is this even real? Because we really found something this good, and I promise you it is. Get hold of it. Try it. We'll prove the results to you. And so, as if it wasn't good enough that we've just launched the #1 NRF2 Synergizer anywhere in Europe into the market, last night in the US, they actually launched a new product in this category, because it's 10 years now in the US, called NRF1. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but I want to share it with you because it's the future of where we're at. this product will be coming to the UK in a few months. And in as well as working with NRF2 to reduce oxidative stress, the other reason why you age as a human is your amount of mitochondria, which is the powerhouse, the thing that converts all your energy in your cells so that they can work properly. They also start declining. And what this does is it has the ability to re-energize, repair, reboot your mitochondria. And that is going to have a massive effect on your energy and on many other parts of your body as well. So I cannot wait to get my hands on this. You can already tell from my energy right here. You know, I'm already nerfed up. I heard that last night and I'm like, oh my goodness, that's a great saying. But I can't wait to get my hands on NRF1 because this is going to be a complete and utter game changer and a life changer for many people. So our future here really is we're a biotech company. We are the leading authority in aging on a cellular level in your body through nutrigenomics and now cosmogenomics. We will be also bringing forward in the future a great weight management program a little bit later on, also backed by science. And we are really looking just to help people feel better, look better, and perform better. But we're not just saying it. We're not just putting stuff in a bottle and giving it to you and hoping the best. We are backed by science, and what our products say they do, they deliver. So with that, there's probably a couple of different types of people on the line. The first type of person is somebody who's thinking, wow, I am definitely going to go and look this up. Maybe you're in the health industry, maybe you're a medical professional, maybe you're a sports professional, or you just understand this oxidative stress and you're like, I want to see the facts on this. Or you want to see some testimonies and more stories. The person who invited you down to the call this evening, they're going to point you in the right direction for that. The second type of person is thinking, oh my gosh, where on earth do I get my hands on this like I did when I first saw it? I had to wait 2 weeks for it to be delivered from the US. We're going to be able to put that product in your hands in just a couple of days here, delivered directly to your doorstep. The only thing I would say to you is you need to take at least 1 month's supply of Panton for every 10 years you've lived. So if you're 30, you need to take a minimum of 3 months supply. Please stick to me on that. If I just tell you go try it for a month and see how you get on, I wouldn't be advising you correctly. You need chance for your oxidative stress to lower and then for your body to feel the benefits of that. So they'll help you with that. And to finish out the call this evening, I couldn't think of anybody better to bring on than somebody who's going to talk to you for those of you who are thinking, wow, I get this. And I also am thinking of all the people who I know that would get this. And this sounds like a great opportunity. Well, I want to bring on somebody called Tara Wilson. She's actually all the way dialing in this evening from San Francisco, California. She's a mom too. She's been in this industry a while. She has had a lot of success in this industry, you know, created a multiple 7-figure income, does this full time. This is her career, her vocation, and she's also not only had incredible success, but she's actually been able to develop teams of people who have also been able to duplicate great success. And it's my pleasure this evening to bring on Miss Tara Wilson out of California to be able to close out the call and share with you how can you be a part of helping us bring this to the UK.
Well, good evening. Thank you so much, Lisa, and always an incredible job on explaining the science. Wow, I want to sign up all over again every time I hear you. And, before I go into the opportunity, I just want to talk to you a little bit from entrepreneur to entrepreneur, because I think I can give you all the facts and figures in the world, and I can talk about exactly how much it costs to join and exactly how much you would earn every time you signed up somebody to join. And I can give you all those numbers. That's the easy part. But what what is the part that really will touch your heart and help you make a decision is the story of how I went from hearing about something for the first time, like you guys are right now, to making a decision 9 years ago to take a leap of faith in something that was very uncomfortable, was very foreign. I had no background in nutrition or health or weight loss or skincare. I had no prior experience as an entrepreneur. I had never owned a business. I had never joined any kind of home-based business. And when I was invited 9 years ago to look at information like you were tonight, or perhaps if you're listening to this recording in the future, that decision seemed, how do I say it, insignificant. It was almost bothersome, actually. My brother came to me, oh, we're going to help a lot of people get healthy and make a lot of money. And then my sister calls me a week later because I'm totally ignoring my brother's calls and saying, hey, we're going to help a lot of people get healthy and make money. And it didn't really matter to me. I had a life. I had two small children at the time. My little girl was 11 months old. My son was 7 in kindergarten. I worked 40 hours a week full time. My husband worked 40 hours a week. And for those of you who are working parents, you know that my life pretty much looked like this. Wake up to an alarm clock, exhausted, shove some coffee down my throat, get some breakfast into the kids, get them off to their daycare, their nanny, their school, work all day, collect them around 5:30, get something to eat, do some homework, some bedtime, the bath time, collapse on the couch, maybe watch a little TV, maybe pay some bills, maybe clean up the house, do some laundry. And of course, weekends were for errands, maybe little league. I didn't have extra time. So when somebody introduces to me, I said, where in the world would I ever fit this into my schedule, even if I were interested? So I actually wasn't that excited to go and look at the information. But I'll tell you right now, that seemingly insignificant decision, that leap of faith, that trust that I had in my friend, my sister, who is my friend, to go and look at the information changed my life, because what I saw was an opportunity to help people get healthy, an opportunity to enter an industry that really could impact lives in a significant way, and perhaps make the same or even more money than I was already making, which was a 6-figure income, right? I live in San Francisco. It's very expensive here. So all I want to say is to you is you may be able to walk away from this webinar and think, maybe I will, maybe I won't. And that's a decision you can make because you don't know what I know. You haven't been through what I've been through in the last 9 years. And when I started 9 years ago, I didn't know a single person, actually not one single person, that lived outside the United States, and never thought I would even have a local team, let alone an international team that spanned over 12 countries at one time with hundreds of thousands of customers and distributors. So when I'm telling you that this seemingly insignificant decision to watch this webinar, if you are interested, I would look a little bit into it, because that decision changed my life. $3.5 million earned. I've retired myself within 8 months to be home and work when I want, how I want, with who I want. And also to retire my husband 5 years in. I have money in retirement. I have money in my children's college funds. We have enough money to go on vacation, to travel the globe and support our teams. And we've, like Lisa said, we've been able to make an impact, on health. And I'm super passionate about the industry of health. In the 9 years that I've been involved in this industry, it's only been in companies where I feel like if people put those products in their body, they're going to get healthier. It's going to make a difference, because prevention is the key, guys. We're going into the wellness era. Cancer rates in the last 100 years have gone from 1 in 33 and 1 in 33 to now 1 in 3 women and 1 in 2 men. That is unbelievable to think in just a short time. And we've been alive, some say thousands, tens of thousands, some say millions, depending on your beliefs about evolution or not. But let's just say, for argument's sake, we've been alive 10,000 years. I know that's just an arbitrary number, but 10,000 years. In the last 100, our cancer rates have gone from 1 in 33 to 1 in 3. Are you kidding me? Why? Right? Why? Because the Industrial Revolution, because of packaged foods and the introduction of fast food, trans fat, hydrogenated this, packaged GMO, all this stuff, sugar in everything. Couple that with all the industry creating, fumes and chemicals in our water, in our air, in our food, pesticides. All these things are in our body, bombarding it, and like Lisa said, creating havoc in your cells. So here's the bottom line is I'm going to spend the rest of my life helping people get healthier through products and education, help to prevent those serious things. I don't want you to be a statistics. I want you as a person right here, whether you decide to partner up with us or not, to make a better decision every day about putting things in your body that can help give you an advantage. Because in the last 100 years, we have gone into a toxic environment and our bodies have not evolved to cope with it. So I don't care how good you eat. I live in California, the #1 agricultural state in all of the US. I have over 300 farms within driving distance. I eat farmers market. I grow my own food. I have the most beautiful zucchini and tomatoes right now in my garden. If I ate all day the food coming out of the ground and did nothing else, I still would not be able to out eat my environment. What Protandim is doing in a nutshell is turning on your own genes to give you that advantage in your environment that you have not evolved yet. I imagine in thousands of years or even hundreds of years, we will produce more superoxide dismutase naturally and glutathione naturally and catalase. Why? Because people who don't die of cancer at 30 will go on and bear children, and maybe they genetically have more of these things, but this is going to give you the edge for now. So you can tell I'm pretty excited. And when I learned about this 7 months ago and learned about what we were doing, I had to be involved. I had to be involved because I want to make an impact for the rest of my life. I want to help people get healthy through products and education, but I also want to help people become entrepreneurs like Lisa and all the people on this line. I want you to help. I want to educate you and train you how to go and talk to your friends and talk to your family and talk to people and help them get healthier, because if we do, I really believe that we can turn these statistics around. We can make them go the other way. We can lower the cancer rates. We can lower the heart disease rates. And it starts with cutting edge science like this. So Lisa, I don't know if you can advance the screen and let's talk about the opportunity, right? When I saw this opportunity, I didn't know anything, but I was willing to just get started. I invested probably $500 way back then, but right now in the UK, you can get started one way and only one way for the first 8 days, because you have a rule called the 8-day rule. It's a cooling off period to protect consumers in the UK from making a bad decision about jumping into a business and then regretting it. So you guys can only spend up to 200 pounds. Our Freedom Pack comes with 4 pots of the Protandim, is 182 pounds. It comes with marketing materials, and you are set up to start talking about it and earning income to acquire customers and distributors. After 8 days, you can enroll on the Vantage Pack or the Platinum Pack. Now, these are in addition. You do pay the additional 365 or 901 pounds, and you will get the additional products. As you can see, there are the skincare, the Protandim, and there are different varieties of these to make sure that you get what you need. And again, these are after the 8 days. So now you're equipped. Most people sell those pots of Protandim before they even come in, before they even upgrade after the 8 days. So every time you enroll somebody that gets started with a Vantage or a Platinum, you're going to earn a commission, right? So we teach people how to make an investment back. Now, we don't want you to just get your friend or your family member or your neighbor or your coworker involved because we want you to make money. We want you to get them involved because we want you to have them help us make an impact to get these products to the market, these products that will change people's lives. So we are teaching you how to not only acquire customers, but we are teaching you how to get other people to see the vision of what we do. And as you can see, let's say you enrolled in a Vantage Pack, the total investment with the upgrade would be 547 pounds. If you enrolled 3 Vantage distributors, you'd make more than that. But let's say one of them decided to go big and become a Platinum, and a couple said, I'll do what you do. You could earn 729 pounds. This is a profitable business. Literally could be in your first week, could be in your first month, could take 3 to 6 months, depending on the time you invest on it, the amount of hours, the network you have, and your comfortableness in doing this. But what we will teach you here in Team Heart is how to be successful. So you can earn your money back right away, because the last thing we want anyone to do is put their family in jeopardy in a financial way. So you can also earn by selling the product. The core of what we do, 90% of everyone who joins our company is actually just a customer. You're going to earn 30% off all customer initial orders, whether they order the Protandim, multiple bottles of Protandim, the skincare, and then you also for the first 30 days will get a 30% commission on anything they order, and then after that, you're going to get 2, 5, or 9% residually, and not just on your customers, but on your customers, on the distributors and their orders and their customers, up to 9 levels, which, guys, by the way, 9 levels, 3 wide is literally like, I don't know, 20,000 people. How would you like to earn 5% on average of, 10,000, 15,000 customers? This is the opportunity, because we just launched in the UK a couple months ago. There are 60 million people there. How many people want better energy? How many people want better sleep? How many people want less aches and pains? How many people want to give themselves an edge against their toxic environment? And of course, we do a lot more. We pay royalty commissions. You have bonus pools. You have check matching. You can see the full details at teamheart.net /comp plan. This is just to give you an idea of how you can get your money back quickly for those of you who are interested in taking the leap. What I'll say is this. This is the 4th company I've been in, and 2 of the first 2 are not even in business anymore. And the last one I was with for 5 years doesn't look very promising. And I can't see the future, but all I know is I'm a very, I psychology background from Berkeley. You see Berkeley here, and I understand people and behavior and trends. And right now, again, the wellness industry is booming. People want to prevent getting to that operating table. They want to prevent getting that talk from their doctor that they have cancer. They want to prevent having to poke themselves with insulin and having to take pills and things all day long that are just damaging their bodies. I know this. This company, like Lisa said, is a $200 million company that just grew over 20% in the first quarter of this year. Why are they growing now? Right? New management, new products, new science. Yesterday, we just launched an entire new product that's going to have just as much science and benefit as the one that has done $700 million in sales in the last 6 years in this industry. Just yesterday. Are you talking about timing? Yesterday, and we just launched in the UK, and you guys will have our full line of products. Right now, you have our 2 best sellers. You will be getting the other products as soon as we get them obviously approved in the UK for distribution. But right now is momentum with new markets, new products, new leadership that knows how to take this industry and take these kinds of messages that are extraordinary and get them to the masses. This is it. And I have had the great pleasure of, making millions of dollars because of my timing. And I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't have walked away from a team that was still doing over $8 million a year in sales, making a multiple 6-figure income, if I didn't believe that this is the absolute best bet in the entire industry, from a health standpoint, from extraordinary products to markets to potential for you. Because when this is a $1 billion company and the next $800 million a year in sales are done, how much of it can you get as a person that's in another country? We're going to be expanding throughout Europe. We're going to be continuing to expand throughout the world. And again, I don't care if you don't know anybody else in Europe, your friend does, and your neighbor does, and your relative does, because I didn't know a single person before I built a team of tens of thousands of people in other countries. Now, it took a few years, but you know what? I'm in this for the long haul. If someone told you that in 9 years from now, you could have made $3 to $4 million and be making a multiple 6-figure income, but you're going to have to be willing to learn. You're going to have to pay the price. You're going to have to, give yourself a little bit of an education and follow leadership that's proven, that wants to help your success. Would you do it? And of course, every one of you should be saying, yes, this is possible. Now, is it probable? No, because I'm a 1%er. I'm going to brag on myself. I work hard. I don't need a boss. I have self-discipline. I self-motivate. I'm creative. I'm a self-starter, and I don't get bogged down. I'm emotionally intelligent. I don't get bogged down by complaints and drama and negative stuff. I just keep going. I am solution-oriented. So that's why I've been successful. But if you're willing to take your skill level up, because remember, 9 years ago, I had no idea what I was doing. I failed miserably for months, by the way, lost a bunch of money. And then I started learning and I improved me. We're here to help take you on a journey, not only Lisa and Laura and Ivan and Sandra and all the beautiful, incredible leaders in the UK and Netherlands, also Rachel and Team Heart here in the US. We are here to help you make an impact, because we want to change lives from a health and a wealth standpoint. this is the age of the entrepreneur. So if you're a research person, knock yourself out. We have videos, we have documents, we have studies. We can give you all that you need to help make a decision. Or if you've seen enough and you know that science is science, and you can see that there's been thousands of testimonies just on our team alone in the last 7 months, over 6,100 customers have had extraordinary results. Get on the product, one or more of them, and start having your results, and you'll want to share them. And of course, if you're an entrepreneur and you see that if you have results, you're going to share this naturally like I did, then join us and help us make an impact, because we have a lot of lives to change. So thank you guys for taking the first step and just being open to hearing this information. We look forward to partnering with you. We look forward to hearing your story. And of course, we look forward to being part of your legacy and part of your story. So thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful evening. We will see you next Wednesday, and have a great week. This webinar is officially a wrap. Thanks, guys.